One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Our primary goal is to go to space, so we're building a rocket next year it's projected to go to 330,000 feet or 100 kilometers, which is the recognized boundary of space. In addition to that, I guess our primary goal as a team is just to educate new members and teach them about rockets and spread our love of rocketry.
So yeah, Rocket Team is composed of a number of sub-teams, each of which is responsible for building a different part of the rocket. It lets their members get really into a specific field. So, for example, we have a propulsion sub-team that has to build the rocket motor that propels the rocket. We have a recovery sub-team that has to build the parachutes that bring it back gently. We have an avionics sub-team which measures how high the rocket went through onboard flight computers and also deploys the parachutes. We have a payload sub-team that builds an interesting scientific payload to go in the rocket. We also have a structure sub-team that builds components like the nose cone and the fin can, which are mostly composite parts. They get a lot of interesting experience with that. So that's the composition of the team. Even once you've actually built the rocket, just preparing it to launch is a pretty complicated process. There's a ton of pieces that have to fit together. Even if you've already manufactured them, you still have to make sure that they work. So there's tons of testing work involved, and then you get close to the actual launch date, you still have to put the entire rocket together, which can be really stressful. So that's why we're doing practices now to make sure that everything works.
So the launch rehearsal we had today was just kind of us practicing for integrating the rocket for launch. So when we get out to the desert where we launch our big project, the rocket comes in a lot of different pieces. And in the day before or day of, we have to assemble the recovery section, which is what deploys the parachutes to bring the rocket down safely, and also the avionics section, which tells the recovery system when to deploy. So a lot of what we practiced today is just putting everything together and going through checklists, making sure we have all the right tools we need so that when we actually launch day of, everything goes really smoothly and we have a successful launch and recovery.
It's really a good complement to the material that you learn in your classes. The classes generally are pretty theoretical, while Rocket Team is really hands-on, so it allows you to kind of apply what you know, and it also is a great social opportunity to meet a lot of like-minded people. So.
Honestly, it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of females and males, so it's a good time, and a lot of our leadership positions are held by women, so it's really awesome and a great opportunity. I think just since there's so many engineering students, it's pretty normal. Like, you see a lot of awesome girls doing engineering. I think that there are definitely some times where it can be a little bit intimidating, or where guys' ideas can seem louder in the room, and you kind of have to really put yourself out there to make the same kind of voice. But it's a skill that we're all learning, and I think it'll serve us well in the industry. I think that a lot of the values we have for especially leaders are kind of traits that are typically associated with males, and some that are more associated with females, like kind of being caring and emotional, are viewed as weak. And I guess I wish that we could just change that. I wish that people valued, like, oh, if you care about someone's feelings or like want to make sure everyone's happy, that doesn't mean you're like a weak woman or something. That means that you care and like you're a really conscious leader.